I tried getting Mendo on my team like 50 times.
Yeah, I got Coconut on the church's team finally, and I was like, all right, here we go. We're going to war, baby.
Now's our time. Folks, welcome back to the CouRage and Nadeshot Show, where I personally hope Will Neff permanently replaces Nadeshot. We're doing everything we can to phase him out.
Yeah.
We purposefully planned podcasts when he was gone, just so he wouldn't have to be here.
That's true.
I don't like him at all. But no, we are back at the CouRage and Nadeshot Show live from the 100 Thieves Cash App compound in Los Angeles, California. And we are joined by someone who got on the damn Fortnite rocket ship alongside with me. And we've been to the moon and back.
Have we?
We have.
We met like what? We met Rust.
Well, we met.
You knew. I think we met. I knew you before though.
Yeah, we followed each other and have known of each other and back and forth but we met in the world of Rust, where so one of my favorite streamers on Twitch is Tyler One,
right?
And you guys use the exact same headset. It is you know T1's mic quality.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, he uses the same exact headset.
Yeah, I've had the headset since like 2016. I've never changed it.
Dude, how much those things cost? Less than $50?
They don't even make them anymore.
Jesus, I mean T1 has to have boxes of them in his
Oh,
house.
I did the same thing. I bought like 6 of them.
What's the appeal?
The mic quality? The mic quality. I mean,
the scuffness is the appeal.
See, well, here's the thing. I've had the mic since 2000. Whenever, literally, right when it came out. I knew Tyler One back then, but I didn't really think of it like brand wise.
Yeah.
And then I never really changed the mic because I never really had the money. And then at the same time, I was just like, it's whatever. I don't really care. I mean, if people find me annoying, that's funny.
Yeah.
And I took that to my advantage,
Hey, well, look, it's gotten you this far. We didn't even get to do your full intro. 2.3 million followers on Twitch. An insane number, something that few people have ever achieved, less than 100 people. You blew up in the Fortnite era, member of NRG, someone who, even just hearing you talk right now, you're more humble than I expected in regards to your abilities in the game.
I mean, I'm not that good at the game anymore.
Yeah, but all right, neither am I. I was never near as good as you. First off, you've won what?
Well,
during second FNCS.
Yeah, second FNCS squad.
So and earlier when we were talking just before the podcast, he's like, "Oh yeah, I never went to the Fortnite events because I just wasn't good." And I'm like, "You literally won an FNCS. So what the fuck are you talking about?"
Everyone says I got carried my whole way, but
I got carried by Ninja, Tim the Tatman, and Dr. Lupo, and look where I am now. I'm on my own damn show. So it works out. But no, we have Ronaldo here. Ronaldo, it's great to have you on because I haven't had, we talked to Myth, and I think you and Myth have both experienced similar things, which is like, you are probably a completely different person in a lot of ways from who you were at the start of Fortnite when you mentioned even your age at 16.
Right.
Let's go back to your start, because what I found fascinating was you mentioning that you just kind of like winged it and won like a $600 tournament with your boy when you were playing on a 60 hertz monitor.
I literally, so quick backstory, not too long. I had a good amount. My family was very good. Like we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
My mom ended up divorcing my father, and then she didn't have that much money. So the PC that I had was like a GTX 750, and that's like it doesn't even run anything.
I think at this point that's like a toast. That's like putting a toaster in your computer.
And then I had a 60 hertz monitor, and I was with my IRL friend. His name was Sal, and we played World Cup together. And I made like probably like $700, $800. Ended up getting a new monitor, 144 hertz, and then a new graphics card, and then I won another event.
Clapping cheeks.
That's all it takes. Well, if you bought nicer equipment, you'd be a Fortnite pro.
Dude,
I played with the worst stuff. I played with a hard mouse pad. One of them.
Do you think that was like your anime training moment? Do you think that was like you taking off the training weights when you got the extra hertz? You were just nasty.
60 hertz. Have you ever went to 60 hertz to like 144 or 240? It's like a whole new.
There's nothing more. People ask me like, "What's the first thing I should buy for my new computer or from going from console to computer?"
People are on like
first thing you should get is. Well, now 144 or 240, whatever the hell you get, just get higher hertz. You will never be able to go back ever.
Ever.
Not even
I know some people who are on like 240, but they're stuck on 60. They never change it.
Oh yeah, people.
You have to change it.
You have to change it manually. Oh, there's way too many people that I've heard of that do that. You probably have done it.
I'm probably still on 60 right now.
Wait, do you know the difference?
No, fuck no.
You have to. You have to like. You probably are on 60 hertz.
Will, do you how? Oh my god!
It's funny.
Bro,
Do
you play Halo on your computer?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He's playing Halo on 60 hertz on his PC, the new Halo.
New Halo.
Will, this is disgusting.
What do you want from me?
I want you to turn up your hertz.
I'm a normie.
I know you're a normie, but you'll do it, and it'll be like the first time you had intercourse. It's doubling your it's over doubling your refresh rate of your monitor.
Game.
Okay, what was your refresh rate?
So like
imagine you're okay. So say you're walking. Say you see someone walking.
Yeah.
If you're on 60 hertz, it's going to take longer to see them cross. If you're on 140 hertz, it's quicker. But it's so hard to explain.
I play by sense of sound.
you don't even see. You don't even have your screen on. Yeah, okay.
It's a whole new game.
Those accessibility options they're so impressive.
I played Halo on Braille. So.
Wow, Jesus, that's world first achievement. I beat Halo 3's legendary campaign Braille only. Okay, so you begin to get new equipment. You start getting some stuff. You start getting a little bit of momentum in the game. What? First off, do people at school begin to immediately like recognize like you won a $600 Fortnite tournament, or is that
no, not that
early? Not that early.
Mm-mm.
When did that begin? What was like the moment where people were like, "Damn"?
When I won $50,000.
Sheesh.
It was.
What'd you get with that 50K?
What did I get?
Did you get any dumb shit?
Nah.
Didn't your mom come in the room or something when you won it?
So my mom was actually not home. So she knew I was playing in the tournament, and then I knew I was going to do somewhat good because I was playing with good people at the time. And as soon as I won it, dude, I was crying. There's a video online. There's no video of me, but like you hear me right when I say that we won, and then my mic cuts out because I unplugged it by accident. I was crying. I was crying my ass off.
Dude.
I was like,
I was
literally in tears. I was calling my mom. Then my uncle called. My grandma called. Like, they were like, because that's a good amount of money. Like,
oh my god,
especially out at the time, I was like 16.
16, yeah, $50,000 at 16 is
it's a good chunk.
It's a good week of work.
I think the only thing that I bought, because I'm smart. I don't, as I have a.
I'm literally blinded.
For those that are listening,
I didn't pay for it.
For those that are listening to the podcast or and aren't watching it, he's got a fully iced out.
It looks like a disco ball.
I would never though. But yeah, as soon as I wanted, the only thing that I ever wanted was Off-White, Jordan 1, the Blue University, the blue ones, and those are like my my unofficial trophy that I use.
Do you wear them or you keep them in a box?
Ooh,
they're clean. They're clean. I've got crease protectors in them.
I love it, bro. Okay,
I gotta make sure.
Hey, it's way better than me because I crease my shit up in a heartbeat, bro. I'm the worst with that. And then I'm flat-footed, so I put on a pair of Jordans and them things smush. Yeah, I tweet anytime I tweet a photo with Jordans on. Someone's cooking my laces. Someone's cooking how flat my goddamn feet are. Someone's cooking me for having big ass feet because I wear size 12s. Fuck you guys in my comments, all of you. How tall am I? This episode is brought to you by Cash App. I didn't do the ad read real quick, Ronaldo. And then we'll get back into the show. This episode is brought to you by Cash App. If you don't use Cash App, then fuck you. Cash App allows you to own any piece of any stock with just $1. I can't tell you what to invest in, but maybe a flat-footed shoe stock would be a good one.
Whoa.
I don't think they exist, Cash App, so we're going to keep that in the read.
Not yet.
Not yet, but this might be the spark of it, Will.
That's right.
And did you also know, Will, that Cash App investing is free to use and free of fees?
What?
Yeah, bro. Right now, you can become a gigabillionaire by investing with just $1
This is not
into the
financial
stock market.
advice.
It's not financial advice, but if you are 13 or older, you can now use Cash App.
Yep.
Head to cash.app/13+ to learn more that now everyone 13 and up can use Cash App. And finally, if you don't have Cash App, download it today. Use the promo code TwitchTV, website that I stream on every day, for $15.
Yeah.
Use the promo code TwitchTV for $15. It appears out of thin air. You just made yourself money, just like Ronaldo made $50,000. So you win this. Things start popping up. You win that $50K. Are girls at school like, Ronaldo, you're so sexy? Like, what was going on there?
Well, no. I mean, I have a girlfriend now.
Yeah, you have a girlfand now. What I'm saying at the time was like,
don't get me in trouble.
I'm not.
Don't get me in trouble. No, but
maybe.
all my friends, a lot. Everyone at school, my teachers knew, my friends knew. I had a lot of weird friends after that. Weird people trying to be weird.
I feel ya. Snakes, bro.
But yeah, I mean, everyone kind of knew. It was kind of weird going in because I didn't want people to know. I felt very uncomfortable. Not gonna
Uncomfortable
lie.
about like them knowing you won this money,
Well,
or
I think I felt uncomfortable when my teacher stopped the class and showed the whole class online a video of me playing.
What? What teacher was this?
It was a physics teacher.
Why the fuck did they do that?
I don't know.
hey, they were like, look at this fool, Mrs. Edits right there. You imagine they start cooking his gameplay. This motherfucker's trash, bro. He messed up.
From a physics standpoint, trash.
Yeah, gameplay's okay.
Nah, but I mean, it was.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was a little bit like nerve wracking. It was right before like the holidays. It was on December 8th. So, I only was in school for like another week, but I mean, straight from then my teachers were like, dude, my life just flipped like that.
Yeah.
It was literally like that. Like all my teachers started like kind of not cutting me breaks more, but like I had to go in, had like conferences with them because like when I joined my first organization or whatever, I was all over the place. Like I couldn't even focus on school.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I can't imagine seeing that success because so many of these
even
Fortnite
about-
pros are so young, and to this day, the newest, they're still so young. Some of the old guard, some of the older players are 18, 19.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I'm
it's-
18 now.
Yeah, it's right. It's like you, what? Boogie's now 18. Is Mongrel 18 now?
He's probably 17. Clix is like 16
Clix
or
is-
17, something like that.
Yeah, and like these guys have millions and millions of followers.
Yeah.
And-
you still play Fortnite?
Yeah, I still play Fortnite, but like I did quit like 2 months ago for like competitive wise because I just as of right now
Hold on. Let's save that for a bit later in the podcast.
Okay.
We're gonna get into the Fortnite talk. Don't worry.
Nah, but I mean I don't play right now. No,
So you joined your first. What was it like? Your first org? What was it?
it was built by gamers.
Built by gamers. Okay, so you joined your first org. What was the process like getting into NRG? Because did you do watch parties and stuff too, or no?
That's how I got
exactly.
big.
Okay, yeah.
So when I was on Built by Gamers, I don't know if you could probably cut this out. All right, so when I was on Built by Gamers,
Yes.
it was about a year, I think it was, and then during that year is kind of where I got more recognition. A lot of people started following me, a lot of new viewers and all that. I started doing these watch parties. A lot of people were doing watch parties on competitive events. So
Right.
I still played, but say I didn't qualify to an event, I would watch them. But I was very creative, and a lot of people were doing, not anything crazy. They were just watching it and commentating. I was someone doing like scenery. I was doing like cool graphics.
Yeah.
I was getting interviews with the players after the games.
Yep.
I had like cool scenes. I mean, there's tons of clips online, and that's where like really got big, and a lot more people started coming in, and they started watching me over a lot of other people.
I mean, it's really smart because watch parties now are so synonymous with almost every esport out there.
Yeah.
And you're seeing like Valorant
Oh yeah,
give
like
access to
100,000.
Shroud
Yeah,
and Myth, goes
I've
through
seen
the
like
roof
they
with
get like
that.
100,000 viewers
Kai Day
watching.
with Valorant.
Kai Day, all of them. Like it's become so synonymous, but honestly, back then, sure, was it happening? But like Fortnite Fortnite watch parties really helped push it to the next level. And I don't want to come off the wrong way here, but I do believe part of it was kind of a perfect storm in Fortnite's
They had like a mini.
spectator. Fortnite's like I was on those streams.
Right.
I love being on those streams. I love casting Fortnite. I love Epic. But it's no secret that the spectator client had the lagginess, that would have those skippy moments.
So during that time, a lot of people streamed.
Yep.
Right now, not a lot of people stream. That you have to do the in-game spectating system. But
Right.
since a lot of people streamed, you could get more of like a feel for the players. So I would pull up people's stream in like what Twitch theater is. You could open up multiple streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that. And dude, I would get reactions. There's so many big clips of like.
And Fortnite's broadcast would be on like a longer delay.
Oh
right?
yeah.
And then you
All
couldn't
those
type in
people
the
were like-
chat. It was emote only.
Got it.
So like from a viewership perspective, it was like I'm not able to watch the people I want to watch at all times because there's 100 in this lobby and they're trying to show all these different perspectives.
I think it was a perfect time too. It was like Fortnite obviously had a humongous blow up around World Cup. Slowly didn't die down, but it lost a good amount of people. And then it had like another, I would say, like miniature blow up.
Resurgence.
Yeah, it was like for a good couple months around COVID, I would say probably. And I took advantage of that. Obviously, I streamed a lot, did a lot, built an audience, and I mean, it was crazy. It was like I think my biggest stream for doing a viewing party was like I streamed for 3 hours and I averaged 45,000 viewers on Twitch, and then I peaked at like 88,000.
Yeah,
and that's big for Fortnite. It really,
it's wild.
That's big for Twitch.
Yeah, in general. And just as watching and reacting, I mean, that's part of your personality on stream is absolutely electric, and you've got the crazy mic, and it's such a.
I'm all over the place.
You are all over the place, and you admit it yourself. But now you joined NRG. How many viewers were tuned in for your NRG announcement stream? Do you remember?
Yes. So Twitch doesn't have the record properly. I have a screenshot of it. It says online that I think there was 84,000, but I have a picture at like 110, I think.
Yeah, I remember tuning in for that.
Did you?
And like the hype around what Ron's org is going to be was big news. Come on. And I couldn't remember the number off the top of my head, but I remember being like, holy fuck, they have this guy.
Dude, it was like
when he's joining is like 100,000 viewers just to announce that he's in NRG.
Dude, I had the craziest, not like craziest announcement video, but I would do my announcements in a different way. Same thing with the viewing parties. I would have scenes before, and there's clips online. So you know Clix, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
So a month before I got signed, Clix got signed, and I was at his house. He peaked at like 200,000 viewers.
Yeah.
He crashed Twitch at the time, and we set up this like scenery before we announced him. And I don't know if you remember, if you watched mine, but there was like scenes before I announced mine. And I feel like that's what brings in viewers, because they're like, what is this? This isn't like a quick announcement video. It's done. It was something, to build it up.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a really good job of telling of those build-up moments. You obviously do a good job of telling a story. People tune into these watch parties. And a lot of what we talked about right now is kind of the rise with Fortnite. But I think almost any Fortnite creator, as we'll kind of begin to hint at earlier, was, and we'll get into that now, is like what Fortnite kind of became. So you do this, and this blow up happens. You do these watch parties, and I want to get into the house later and like the content stuff of the NRG. But from a Fortnite perspective, for any creator out there, it hasn't been all sunshines and rainbows like it was for the come up, right?
So I think a big problem a lot of people have is misinterpretation. I feel like COVID made numbers unrealistic for a lot of streamers, a lot of games. I feel like at the time, Fortnite was averaging 300,000 viewers on Twitch every single day, 350,000 viewers on Twitch, doing tournaments every other day. And when it slowed down and people started going out more, it started going 150,000, 200,000 some days. And then recently, like actually it's like 70,000, if not less.
Yeah. Now
every single day. A lot of streamers I've noticed do, and it's no hate towards them whatsoever, a lot of them do the same thing. They, I don't know how familiar you are with the game modes, but they play solo arena, they'll play creative, and they'll do like, wagers or something like that. But, it only goes for so long, and it doesn't really build a new audience. I feel like the only way to grow in Fortnite right now is through competitive, and that's what a lot of people agree on. And I feel like that's the biggest problem, because content creation is really not, it's not that, I mean, it's huge. Don't get me wrong. It's like huge still. You can get like millions of views doing whatever, but I feel like there's really no growth to an extent. I don't know. I feel like it's the same audience, and they want to get new players. And I feel like competitive right now is like the only like normal thing for a lot of people, because a lot of people don't like streaming in the Fortnite community. That's the thing I think that sucks. Is there's so many, I know so many people who are hilarious or who are good at the game who should have streamed, and they would have been big. They would have averaged thousands of viewers, and they just never did it. And I think that was one of the main reasons why I, quote unquote, quit Fortnite, is because I like doing variety streams. I like doing other games. I played Valorant, I had like 6,000 viewers. I played Fortnite that day, I had 4,000. People didn't want to watch it.
Fortnite to me, I mean, beyond just the COVID element of it, I think Fortnite was a perfect storm, because I remember the first time I was at like a ski lounge, and they had like a Xbox hooked up, and I saw a bunch of really young kids playing something, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I think Fortnite was kind of magic in the sense that it was a free to play that felt like it was almost like counterculture movement, because it was a game with such specific mechanics, and it was so bright and vibrant that young people really gravitated to it, and they felt like, this is our game, right? Like they felt like, oh, like all that other shit is kind of old, and this is brand new, and this is ours.
It was the first it was like during the Battle Royale era, and that was the first one that you could build.
Yep, exactly. And I think it kind of had that magic moment, and I think the more Fortnite moved into the mainstream, the more it kind of lost that magic. So it was always kind of like this diminishing return on like, okay, it's not speaking to young people as much. And then I think the other thing is they just added too much shit to the game. They kind of burnt themselves out on like, we have to keep adding features. And a lot of them just did not work. I remember I played Fortnite, and the one that I was like, what the fuck is happening is when they put Thanos in the game. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey, I thought that shit was lit.
I thought it was cool, but I'm glad they didn't. I'll let you finish it.
No, I'm done.
I was just gonna say what you were saying. They added a lot of dumb stuff to the game. I think the biggest downfall I would say of Fortnite would be after the map changed. I don't know how familiar you are with it. After Chapter 1 changed, they did like a black hole event.
Yep.
Completely rebranded their whole thing. They don't listen to anybody. They don't talk to anybody. They don't give patch notes. They don't reach out to anybody. There was at one point where I was stream sniped by one kid, but there was like 1,000. I'm not even like, I couldn't play the game for 4 months. Got in contact with someone at Epic, had a call with them. He didn't get banned.
Yeah.
I feel like their communication killed the game. Not killed the game, but like, ruined a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's tough because I see all sides of this. Is like a game as big as Fortnite, it became a global phenomenon, and it was never going to be sustained as a global phenomenon, right? You can't expect that. There was a time where on Fortnite for videos, I would just upload anything. I would literally play for 8 hours a day and be like, I got 9 YouTube videos today from just gameplays. And those gameplays would go up and it would be 300,000 views on my channel in 24 hours. And it was like daily uploads just going. And that's just not the case anymore.
Yeah.
And that was back in the global phenomenon days. But, now I think a lot of what Fortnite is, like they still have a wild player base and they're figuring out, the longevity of their game, expanding on the universe, the amount of collaborations they have with other companies and things to bring people over. Naruto.
It's brilliant. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I talk a lot of, stuff on them, obviously, and there's a lot of people who know that. But like, I do think it's a great company. They did a lot. I mean, they made me technically.
Yeah.
No, I feel it's tough because I think everyone in it
they listen.
Is so passionate about it.
That's the problem.
And it's like my thoughts with Warzone. Like I had to stop playing Warzone. I put out a whole video and I said, put it simply, like, look, I think the direction that it's going in right now is really bad, and there's not enough change that's happened, and I discuss it all in the video. But one thing I bring up is like, look, I want Warzone to do well because when Warzone does well, it's my career. Like I make more money, I get more views,
Fortnite.
And for people in Fortnite, it's the exact same. So I've seen your tweets, and you mentioned like, one thing that I'm very vocal within my audience is my mental health, how I take medication for my anxiety. And I remember seeing some tweets of yours mentioning how, you just weren't in the best state with mental health. And I want to say that I appreciate really that you share that, especially with such a young audience that you have, because I think it's really important to share those things and show that like, hey, even though things have gone really well for me and I've done well for myself, money and these things and fame doesn't solve.
Yeah. Dude, I like to be very real with my audience.
Yeah.
There'll be some days where I'll literally go live at like 4 a.m. just talking to them for like an hour, listening to like Minecraft music, just literally talking about life. Yeah. I feel like I'm very engaged.
It's like therapy.
I feel like I'm very engaged with my audience, but like a lot of people do have false reality that all like, streamers, celebrities, whatever, are like robots, we're constantly have to stream. We constantly have to do everything. And it kind of built up on me to an extent. I was playing competitive at the time. I was uploading YouTube and I was doing this all by myself. I was uploading YouTube, doing Instagram, tweeting, TikTok, whatever it might be. And I kind of hit like a breaking point because I was just like, I need a break.
Yeah.
And then I take a break and then people are like, yo, what, I pay money to watch you. Or it's like, you know.
And it doesn't help that the internet now, I mean, we talked about this a little bit, is like
so bad.
RDC, we just had RDC World on and they were mentioning how like you just get hate. Like,
bro, you can't even read Twitter comments anymore.
Yeah. No, I think a part of that is like, it's the classic like kid needing attention.
Right.
Where if you have a kid and they don't get enough attention, they'll act out and they'll do bad shit just so it's like, hey.
I mean, they'll realize it's stupid later.
Right. And I think a lot of like the dumb shit that gets said on Twitter is just people being like, please notice me.
Right.
Like
it's 100%.
I love this creator. I'm saying this bad thing just so that they'll be like, shut the fuck up. And it's like, oh, you responded.
Oh, yeah.
They love it when you block them or something.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that like, you're 18 and the other thing I always notice that people don't see, especially with mental health, is like they see you up and they don't understand that like there are highs and lows and ebbs and flows to that. You know what I mean? Like the day that you win a tournament is way different than a day that you feel down, and like it's hard for you to be relative and objective when you're living it, right?
Yeah.
Like you might still be doing great, but you might feel off on a day where you're not doing something big, and you might feel so insecure just because you haven't done something big or meaningful that day.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
That's how I feel though, because like I feel like I'm more of an entertainer, I would say, than competitive person.
Sure.
And I feel like if I'm not entertaining my audience, I'm not doing good for myself, and I feel bad about myself. And that's how I feel, but I shouldn't feel, because a lot of people love me. They love watching me for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I, have a bad stream, which is me not putting it my all in or whatever, it's like I'm having that low. It's like, you get a 10 out of 10 on YouTube or something like that instead of a 1 out of a 10.
Man, that just made me want to have a drink, or for you an apple juice. Sorry, I know you're 18. No, I get it. I completely understand where you're coming from, and I couldn't agree more. Is all like this industry is so much about adapting and figuring things out. And,
it's always changing.
It's always changing. And one thing that I think for me, when you mentioned now the thing that has blown or helps blow people up or helps people get more viewers right now is competitive on Fortnite.
Oh, 100%.
And I've been pretty vocal about this on Twitter or on my streams, and mentioning like, look, when it was like Ninja, Tim, Lupo, and me as like the core four for like Fortnite events and things like that. That was back when like everyone was being PG because there was such a young, impressionable audience. But one thing that I've always struggled with, and I think Fortnite competitive can struggle with bringing people in, is there's a lot of toxicity, I think, in the Fortnite scene. A lot of toxicity. And a lot of it comes off as like high school drama. And I know it's a young audience. I know it's younger players. And I almost want to hear a little bit of your take on it. Is like,
because I think a lot of it to do, it's so hard to explain because I feel like it's such a sarcastic drama. Like it's not actually like from an outsider's perspective. Yeah, it's like toxic.
Yeah. But
when you're like in the Discords, when you're playing like scrims and all that, it's the same as any other game. It's the same as like a Call of Duty, how they argue, but it's just, I feel like it looks different because we're younger. And I feel like, there's obviously a lot of things that I know some people tweet and do things that shouldn't be tweeted and said, and they don't realize that. But I think you are right. I think that's one of the biggest problems, I think, is why Fortnite cut us off, like competitive-wise, is because of that.
Yeah.
I think we just not ruined it for them, but like they don't want that look that they work
Well,
with
I think
us.
a lot of the reason why their communication avenues changed, as you mentioned, is because of how toxic it became.
God.
That they just said, all right.
I take blame for a lot of it too.
Instead of them being like this with their arms, they just went like this to protect themselves. And
dude, it's so bad. I remember I think it was Donald Mustard, which is like the owner, I think, or something like that.
He's one of the highest ups there.
Yeah. He tweeted like a picture at like the Super Bowl, and like thousands of people commented like, what the fuck are you doing at the Super Bowl? You need to fix this. And like, bro, that was like so bad. I remember that like went everywhere, and like everyone was.
So you can't even. I know a lot of staff who
I've talked to them
at the start were so proudly repping everything Fortnite. And then because of kind of where the community went to and how much it blew up, and these were like anyone on the, if you were Epic Games Fortnite staff in the blow up, you had you were up to 50,000 followers on Twitter just because you legitimately did something.
There's literally no other game I feel like that can compare to that.
Yeah, and so then these employees, next thing you know, the community starts to turn toxic, and they're like, I'm removing this from my bio, or I'm gonna go on private, or this and that.
I don't blame him, honestly. And I look back at what I said and like things that I've said. I've never really said anything terrible, but like I'm just saying, like in general, I do feel bad, 100%. I'm sure they don't care. I'm sure they know that it's a joke or whatever. I've had calls with them. They know, like I'm allowed to talk about that. They take it as a joke. They don't take it seriously. But at the same time, it's like, how much can you take until you snap? It's just like you said, they take it out of their bio or whatever. It's like it's a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen like people from Twitter who work for Epic who like had to tweet, "Hey, stop DMing me. I can't control any of this."
Yeah, it's like completely out of my pay grade.
It sucks though, because like you said, it's the younger audience. They see someone like me, and I say fuck you, Epic Games or whatever. They're like, oh yeah, fuck you, Epic Games. They DM him, and I'm just like, oh man, I forgot. Like I can't.
I forgot these kids look up to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. And I appreciate, how much you now how much you realize and talk about it now, because I think a lot of people, a lot of the Fortnite audience out there can
I hope
see
this
it.
reaches someone.
Yeah, no, I think it will. I think it actually really will have an impact, because there's a couple people in the Fortnite community that I just have blocked that were younger kids, and
I
they have
know
dumb
who you're
tweets,
talking
and you know who
about.
I'm talking about. That I'm just like, these kids don't realize, like, not everything's about money and this and that, but like, you're not.
Dude,
none of us
understands
here,
brand.
no one in what we're doing, all of us will not have the following and the whatever for like. What the fuck was that, Alex? I think Alex is trying to hide his sneeze, and it just sounded like a fucking elephant in the back of the room.
Very funny.
I actually just shit my pants. Holy hell. Jesus Christ. You all right, man?
Yeah, I think I've been holding that in for a while.
Yeah, all right. Sorry. That was
talking about
Alex just had a sneeze. But yeah, it's like people just did some of these Fortnite kids, man. I just want to throw my head into a wall
Dude,
at the
none of
amount
them-
of missed out. They're going to be 50 years old
Oh
and look
my
back in life and be
God,
like,
yeah.
I missed out on so many things because I wanted to be an edgy teenager and didn't know better, and I just wish they had more guidance.
Dude, so
I remember
many.
talking with Booga's dad after he won World Cup for 2 hours, like an hour to 2 hours in the hallway of our hotel, because we were like one room away from each other, just about everything that like Booga is going to expect and need to do. And I think he does have a good head on his shoulders.
He was the I don't want to get off track, but I think he, I'm not best friends with him. I'm not like great friends with him. I'm
Yeah.
like acquaintances. He quite literally is probably the best person that could have won
Oh yeah, 100. I couldn't agree more.
easily. Because like imagine that person you blocked won.
Sheesh. Yeah, no, it would not have been a good look.
You shall not be named.
Yeah, no, it's just,
It's you have a couple people blocked, so it doesn't even matter.
yeah.
but
I think it's more like 5. No, but but yeah, Booga winning the
He
World Cup
perfect,
was like
dude.
one of the best things that could happen.
oh yeah,
Um,
he represents it perfectly.
Yeah, and I do want to mention, I do want to bring up the World Cup and talk about some of these players and some of this stuff. So the Fortnite World Cup, you didn't get to go. Do
I
you
was
think?
watching it in my living room. I was watching you commentate.
Thank you. How'd I sound?
Sounded amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Paid
Should have
actor.
been. I should have been there.
Another paid actor. Oh wow.
What if I commentate? They wouldn't. They
Epic
would
would have had
know.
a
They would-
different stream for that.
Jeez.
Yeah,
It's
Epic.
coming for your job.
I lost that job. I got fired from after I complained about the mechs too much.
Actually,
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to cast the event after World Cup. I've talked about this now more recently because it's been like 2 years. But yeah, when the mechs were bad, I was at a Twitch Rivals tournament or a Twitch tournament with Tim.
I know exactly what you're
And
talking
Tim and
about.
I are like playing like
Get him out of the
like
game.
dude.
No,
we're
you don't
like
understand.
20 minutes into this game. We're
There was
like
someone
perfectly set
tarping.
up. We're hiding. We're so hidden. There's fucking these mechs all around us that
Dude, they were busted.
they were completely busted. And this mech was just walking up to each house in the game
They're just stomping.
Destroy it.
and stomping its and would break the whole house, and you'd be revealed. And
You
we
couldn't
were
do
like so
anything.
perfectly playing this, and this mech just walks in, and this is like the third game in a row where we've had to die to a mech, and they just stomp, and
Dude,
we're just
mechs
dead.
when they came out were the most. They never changed them, and they were so broken.
and I just yell like "fuck the mech!" and I'm just banging my desk, and they like reached out and were like, "Hey, we think it's in
We're
our-
gonna go in a different direction
yeah,
for our next
we
event.
think it's best not to do this,
Dude,
And,
it's crazy you say. I don't want to get off topic. I don't even know if you want to talk about this, but there was a commentator. I don't know if you're familiar with Aussie Antics.
Yeah.
He was a caster for Fortnite, and it was not too long ago. It was like 2 months ago, I'd say. He basically, this guy was in first place for an FNCS, and another kid griefed him, which intentionally, attacked him because he knew who he was.
Mhm.
And Aussie Antics, which is the commentator, was like, "Oh, this kid's a loser" on the broadcast. They kicked him off. He's not allowed back. He started doing his own thing. It's so popular. It's one of the biggest, streamers.
he's been crushing it. I've seen
Yeah.
that.
One thing I've seen
They're
in
very
this business
strict.
is sometimes a ban is the best thing that can happen for you.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Really? No. First off, bans are the best thing that can happen.
Yep.
If it's not for anything too serious, like,
yeah. I mean,
think
as
about
long
it,
as
like-
it's not something that like is cancelable.
hey,
you know.
I ran
Yeah.
I ran over this guy's dog.
I've been drunk
purposefully.
driving a lot
Yeah,
recently,
oh
and
God,
let me
yeah.
tell you,
No, but I feel you. It's like something like that. We joke about it all the time. Like, man,
It's a blessing in
give me a
disguise.
week off. I'll go to Bora Bora. I'll come back
Yep.
refreshed. My audience will come back
rejuvenated.
fucking hyped for me to be back.
Yep.
Will, I might need you to. Can we get each other banned for a few days?
How I'll get you banned?
Oh, gee, what would
I'll
you
just
do?
show up naked in the background.
God. You watch from, hey, you got
You know how Vegas showed up in Symphony's stream after I'm gonna pop out of your bed naked. I'm gonna go, thanks for last night, Daddy, and walk out.
Spank me on the way out. Dude,
Dude,
man.
a full
clip.
YouTube,
frontal
hit me.
pickle will get you banned for at least 2 weeks.
Damn. Good thing my camera has good zoom.
Yeah, we're just zooming.
Autofocuses. Why is it autofocusing on his dick and not me? Sorry, when you mentioned going off topic, that's
Biggest
what we
thing
do
in the
here.
frame, baby. Biggest
So
thing
don't
in the
worry. When you
frame.
want to talk about something
We
else
went
within
from
Fortnite, we
all
just
the
talk
antics
about that.
to dicks out.
There you go. That's it. That's all you need. But yeah, no, it's happened to a few people. It's pretty crazy to see. So Fortnite World Cup, you're watching from home, $30 million on the line, biggest event in history. For Fortnite competitive right now with where it is, do you think another World Cup is needed? Do you think it's time for another Fortnite World Cup?
I don't even know. It's crazy you say that because if you look at the
Does Fortnite competitive deserve another World Cup?
I mean, I feel like World Cup was just, I don't know. I don't really keep up with too many other games and how they do like, annual things like where it's like CSGO, they do like whatever and it's huge.
Yeah.
Valorant now where it's
Majors and stuff like
huge.
that, yeah.
I mean, I don't know because World Cup at the time was perfect timing. It was like peak Fortnite, peak content creators, peak viewership. And it like gathered. I mean, you look at FaZe people when they did it, NRG people. I don't know. Did 100 Thieves do?
We had our players there, and
like you had people come up. I'm guessing like it was like
sure.
Exactly. I'm saying like dude. It was a crazy.
You don't think
amount.
another World Cup will go crazy though?
I don't
that's
know.
The question.
It's honestly like a 50-50. It could
back then it was
because
I don't even know like all the streamers
that's
were
what I'm
playing
saying.
it.
But like would
Yeah.
like Tfue qualified? Think about it. Like at the time, like I mean,
Yeah.
Tfue was good, obviously, but like it was like a humongous name,
Yeah.
and like it's just. I feel like a big problem right now is if they did a World Cup, there'd be a lot of cheaters. There's a lot of cheaters in Fortnite right now. Like actually,
Wow.
that don't get caught. And I think a big thing about World Cup is with COVID just ending, there could be a good amount of hype to it, but at the same time, I don't even know how much the prize pool would be. I feel like Fortnite does have a huge prize pool, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize that in our community, but it lowers every single FNCS. It went from $100,000 every single person, or for a winner each, to 50,000 to 30,000 to 25,000 to 20,000.
And that's the other thing too, is that because and Epic, I do appreciate this about them, especially because of how
it's
it is.
a lot of money.
Their philosophy is like where other games like only top 8 get paid out.
Right.
Epic is like we'd rather
Pay everybody.
10,000 people be able to buy a BMW instead of
They're so smart
5 people be
because
able to buy yachts.
Yeah.
they're so smart because they know deep down, and like as crazy as it is, like we're not going anywhere. You could lower the prize pool to $5,000 for first place. We're still gonna play it.
Yeah.
And they're geniuses. They really are. I think another World Cup could definitely revive the game. I think it has to happen because realistically, nothing's really changing right now. New season coming out in 2 weeks.
That's gonna be another big moment.
It's gonna be a
map
huge
change.
It's gonna be a huge
update.
moment. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like a sliding mechanic. There's leaks about a new map, a black hole event again.
Yep.
It was leaked. Potentially, land's coming back. They have an announcement on the 19th, which is in a couple days.
When do we get a Fortnite movie?
Would
Because
you
I'm gonna say-
star in it?
Something about
I'm gonna
Fortnite.
say that's only a matter of time. They have way too much IP that they built out.
Dude,
now.
they've done. I don't know. They've have so many. You know how many like collabs they've done? They've done literally
Yeah.
like 50.
No, you can now.
Yeah,
I've
you told me this
said
fact.
this fact, but you can with ease now. They've added more since this became true. But you can load up a game of Fortnite where every single skin in the lobby is a different collaboration, like
Yeah.
and have
That's
a full
crazy.
100-player game.
They
crazy.
did like rappers, singers, celebrities, movie actors, games, animes now,
So-
superheroes.
There was a viral tweet
superheroes.
today. It was like
They did a whole couple seasons of just like Marvel.
It was their whole storyline was
Yeah, yeah.
Marvel. They did a tweet. There was someone had a viral tweet. It was like, man, this shit's really crazy. And it was a Fortnite lobby of 4 people. It was Naruto,
I
Thanos,
saw that.
Master Chief, and Rick and Morty.
saw
That's
that.
crazy.
And then the comments down below was like, man, this shit wild. And someone's like, the guy who posted a comment about it, he was like,
I think I know
yeah,
what
and the
you're talking
craziest part, and he was like, my call outs are, fuck, I'm getting shot by Ariana Grande and ninjas below us, and oh shit, I'm weak from
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott and someone else
John
from
Wick.
Black Widow or John Wick.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's just
forgot
like,
about that.
what on earth, bro? It's really cool to see. So
Zendaya now.
Yeah, exactly. Zendaya, and then from Dune.
They're gonna have Dune skins.
They already had
they
Dune
have it.
skins.
What?
Yeah, for the release.
That's sick.
Timothy Chalamet,
That's
Paul
sick.
Atreides, and whatchamacallit, Zendaya.
I
Yeah,
must not fear.
They've done
Fear
actually
is
so
my
much.
Fear's
There's
a
so
right
many
killer.
more, but like,
and they're just gonna keep going. They're
and
just gonna keep
yeah,
going.
and that's
All
what I
the
that's what I
seven
said
Naruto
before.
skins.
They're like they're brilliant. You know, they're making so much money and they're lowering the prize pool, and at the same time they're not communicating with us. Like, what other game can still maintain their audience with that? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really keep up with too many other games. But
Hopefully, with this new season to
Oh, I
come,
hope.
and maybe Lance coming back, it could be
it'll help
a sign-
everybody.
sign of positive. So you famously were in the NRG house, which
Which one? There's a couple.
I think of the one where you guys had that
Jersey one.
the lake, or that was right on the water.
Jersey one.
Was that your favorite one?
Yes, without a doubt. That was August 20th of last year.
And who lived in that house with you?
It was me, Clix, Unknown Army, Edgy, and I think that was it. And then obviously like Grady Rains and Jamie.
Yeah.
It's like the NRG people. But I mean, it was like, that was a month. That was within the month that I joined NRG, and my viewers went from like 4,000 to 17,000 doing whatever.
Boom. I mean, it was such a great decision to have.
Clix was averaging 40K while sleeping.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
with his hand towels.
Literally. No, like no joke. He was like, there's statistics. He averaged 40,000 viewers while sleeping.
Well, who was the worst roommate?
Clix. I remember.
Wait, tell me some stories here.
I was.
Why
on,
was Clix the worst roommate
dude?
you
Because
ever had?
Edgy and Unknown they're quiet kids, but they're energetic off stream. But Clix, bro, like I'm obviously like best friends with them. I'm really good friends with them.
Yeah.
We were on the same floors. Put in perspective, there was like 3 floors. The main floor was Unknown and like the NRG people. The second floor was like Edgy and a couple more NRG people. Then the top floor, it was literally 2 rooms. It was like one room here, and then it was a hallway, the stairs going down, and then another room. My room was here. Clix's room was there. At 8 a.m. in the morning, all I hear is screaming, by the way. Yo, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you for the 50.
No.
Bro, at the time, he was getting like nonstop. It woke me up. He was reading donations for like an hour and a half screaming. And he was playing with Nick 830, and you know how he's family friendly.
Yes.
I didn't know he was playing with him. So I walk in almost
no.
naked, but his stream can't see it. I'm like, why the fuck are you yelling so much? And he was unmuted with Nick 830, and it was a funny memory.
Shocked. Damn. Yeah,
Nah,
no,
but he was.
that is a tough part of it. You got to set boundaries. If you live, I still live in the 100 Thieves content house, and like Symphony streams at 5 a.m., but he's in the theater room in the basement, so no one can hear him. And then outside of that, it's like you're really not live past like 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night.
It's crazy how loud. Like I thought I was loud.
Clix is louder.
Oh my god, bro! He just used to scream like every second about donations.
Who
And
would win in a fight? You or Clix?
Me.
Damn.
All right, that's a celebrity boxing match I want to see.
That's the title and thumbnail.
I've
of this
offered
video.
him to box him, and he won't do it. I told him I was like, I don't care if it's fake beef. I don't care if it's real beef. I don't care if we do it for fun. I'd beat his ass.
Wow.
I'm
now-
short, but I got strength.
Yeah.
Strumpf.
I benched 225.
Jesus.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What the fuck? I was about to say. I looked
what
at his
the
arms. I was like, "What the
hell?
hell? How the fuck did he do that?"
Man,
No, but I am.
juicing up in between rounds.
No, I'm a strong kid though.
All right, good. Wow, I'm a strong kid. Look at this. This guy's fucking killing me. So you mentioned that we met on the Rust server. Will,
Oh,
did you play
man.
on that the OTV Rust server?
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm like the only.
You were.
I was the
blood god.
archbishop. I took
Wait,
over,
weren't you in the
baby.
whole blood god shit?
Yeah,
That
I was
was
the most popular
you?
guy on that
You
fucking
were.
server.
You were.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I thought that was CYR. Yes,
Well,
Seer
Seer-
and I did the church together.
I remember.
we were the
Archbishop and Father Seer.
Jesus
I
Christ.
I used to
told
steal- I
everybody,
used to
you
steal-
need to hate one another, or else you might have kids that end up going to art school. You gotta let that hate in your heart.
Dude, how did the fuck? Did you do that voice the whole time?
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. So like Seer and I had RP'd a ton before, and I joined late because it was the first time since I had streamed that I took time off to be with my family.
Yeah.
So I went home and the OTV server started, and I had gotten an invite, but I was like, I can't do it. So when I came back, Seer had been role playing with Andy.
Yeah.
Andy got in a fight with X, so Andy bounced from the server. So Seer was kind of on his own, and he was like, "You want to do something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have an idea. I think it'd be really funny if we like started a really fucked up church." And he was like, "Great, bet." So like
First day, it's like, oh, this is the Holy Land right here.
and people like started responding to it, and that that's like a big reason I blew up.
Yeah.
Was that server, because a lot of streamers for the first time like got their first taste of me.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And then they would kind of laugh about it. But yeah, I thank Rust a lot for my blow up, because
Dude, that was a big time. OTV
it's
OTV
crazy.
blew Rust up again, kind of. It was like
100%.
it was like I went to the Steam charts during that time, and it was like an average of like 40,000 people playing Rust. It went to like 80 to 140,000 people playing Rust.
Yep.
And on Steam, that's
that was so magic, because it was like a 24-hour like soap opera / comedy show.
the
just
first one
running,
was
like,
just it was so much
magic.
fun.
It was magic.
Oh, I mean-
Literally, I based next to XQC, and I'll just run out his door just screaming the whole time.
And your scuffed ass mic would be.
Oh my god, I've gotten so many arguments with it. There's a clip. I had to delete it off my Twitch because of DMCA, but it was like, dude, I was like killing everybody with XQC. It was like Coconut B and all of them, and then I missed like literally 30 out of 30 shots on Coconut B, and then he rocked me to death, and I was wearing full armor.
Yo, Coconut is freaky good at the game, though.
Yeah, but like you should. Oh my god, I wish you could see.
Dude, remember the
clip.
time? Remember when
It was so bad. He knows the clip.
Nick
too.
Palm killed like 8 people? Like,
Yeah, with the drop grenade.
With the nade.
And everybody on the server was
Oh,
like,
in
"Yeah!"
the
That was
prison.
yeah, they were like in the
Yeah.
whole fight.
It was so great.
Yeah, I think the OTV server was unbelievable.
It was
But
the
when you
best.
guys put it the right way, it's like it was magic, because they
It was
tried to redo it
magic.
again and yada.
Dude, you had like every single name. There was like Corpse Husband. There was like people from like
Yeah.
other genres that don't even play.
You had to be
games.
there.
Miskiff was there. Like
I-
it was like
I think part of the magic of Rust is, even if you are dog shit at the
It's
game,
funny.
you can still enjoy it and have fun, right? And we were all kind of exploring it for the first time, and it's so weird, and it's like a liberating game. It's a lot like Fortnite in the sense that like there were mechanics like, oh my god, I'm building shit, like I'm doing Minecraft.
it's a
shit
lot
in
of
a
work
shooting
though.
game. It's a lot of work.
You have to maintain everything.
But it was also like it was like speed dating for streamers. Like
Yeah.
we all knew we were in this space. Like I met Coconut and like all these dudes that I had never, and then it was just like this perfect marriage of it was such a great time, man. It was
I
such
think
a
the
great time.
biggest thing for games that makes it so enjoyable for streaming, which is relevant to now with crab games coming out, is proximity chat.
Yeah.
Proximity chat can make games so entertaining. It's
Yep.
like H1Z when the first battle royale, that's what made it fun. You know, that's what made it Warzone when you kill someone and then you hear them say whatever they say.
The Deathcom.
Yeah,
No,
it's hilarious.
proximity chat in those games is just absolutely. It's truly perfect.
It's perfect.
And
What makes games fun.
I think that, you know, games like Battlefield, like no proximity chat and something like a Battlefield where shit's. Imagine you're
Yeah.
64,
fuck
64
down.
tanks are coming and
My legs!
you hear the guy next to me like, "Hey, fucking rest me!" Or "There's a tank over the hill." Tank. Or you see him running.
Dude,
Like,
dude, content.
dude, the amount of content, like that would be content that comes from that right there.
That's what I said about Fortnite. I was like, bro, imagine they had proximity chat. I was like, but
Yeah.
they're never gonna.
No,
do
never.
that.
I think the element of that in a big way is that it humanizes it, right? A lot of times I play board games and I think to myself, I'm like, this isn't as fun as like some of the great games I've played, but there's something about being able to play off people and like have that interactive element. And so there's something about proximity that makes it feel human. You don't feel
Yeah.
like you're just playing a game. You feel like you're playing with people.
It's
right?
tough because like that server is the perfect example of like prox chat being at its peak, because like it's a whitelisted server. You know what's going to happen.
Yep.
You know,
Dude,
no
that was
matter-
the first
not-
time I met like so many people too.
so many other instances in gaming though. Proximity chat
Yeah.
is just a
Toxic.
It's funny though. It's
Great.
hilarious.
It's like, oh
You
god.
got, like Russ, like you said, the prison thing. You hear everybody in one room
Oh,
all
dude.
screaming.
Yeah.
Just so good. I think. Do you think that there's like offline TV? They've done like the Minecraft server. They've done the Rust server. Is there a game that you can think that could possibly
Blow up like that.
with? I just don't know.
For like everybody, I
it's
don't
just tough
really
because like the
know.
Rust server will just be like that
It
Rust
dies
time.
too quick now.
Yeah, well, back then part of it was that everyone was so new.
Yep.
And it was such an.
We were all discovering it.
by
for
the time the
first
second server came around, it was like
It was fun, but it was
you-
like
you
you
just-
know,
people are going through the motions. You knew what to do.
you're right. They were
yada, yada.
getting guns, just fighting. There
So,
wasn't really RP or anything.
I think the two elements of Rust that made it like that a game needs to have first is the creative element, right? Like part of my like some of my favorite stuff is like watching Arisuka like make all the art that she made.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh my God, bro. Like she was making I remember I paid her in game a bunch of scrap to make a sign and she made that giant neon cross and I was like, oh my God, bro. So that creative element, I think like it helps you tailor a space and it gives a lot of creators like that outlet, but it also needs to have the competitive outlet, right? Because I remember watching like you and like Myth get in a fight with like X in that clan, and I was riveted because it was like dudes who were so good just inherently at FPS, playing at FPS they hadn't played before.
Yeah.
And just watching them, like I remember, I told
Shroud. I remember when
Yeah.
Shroud would come in, the whole server would just run.
cracked.
He would literally
Yeah.
kill everybody in like a second.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was so fun to like watch like that skill translate.
Yep.
And it was fun because it also felt like geopolitical in that like we were like trying to like get people like that on our team, right? Like
absolutely.
I remember I
tried getting Mendo on my team like
Yeah.
50 times.
Yeah, I got Coconut on the church's team finally, and I was like, all right, here we go. We're going to war, baby.
Now's our time.
And it like
Mendo
You guys
used
were
to
always
kill me
passive
all
in
the
the
time, and
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Oh.
please let me team leader.
Remember that final day of the server before it was like going to get wiped? and
chaos.
Abe was like flying around, dropping like dropping-
Helicopters, yeah,
everything.
I remember
as
there
the
was
blood
people-
god.
Oh yeah, that's the blood god.
There was people at like there was like a island where they were selling like RPGs or whatever,
Dude.
and like rockets and everything.
Oh, just
Yeah.
and the C4s.
like when you just think about it, it just broke every barrier and brought so many communities together
It was
that like
literally everyone.
that stuff for streaming is so awesome and an example of you know how people continue to adapt and have
Also,
fun in these
big
games.
tip of the hat to Face Punch for like realizing it and starting to do like in-game items. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
That was a money move.
that was sick, dude. I have an in-game item, and it was like I was so flattered.
That did
I was like,
amazing for viewership too.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
it was
People were
100% with the
100,000
drops, and
plus.
it was just really like that's an example of a developer like realizing
Smart.
and doing it
Yeah.
right, and they
It was
nailed it.
easy too for them. It was like they made a skin. It was just like next day it was like
Dude, that was so funny. Like, I had people praying in my chat, like, please stream for just 2 more hours.
dude, I'm fucking itching.
I had been on for like 13. I'm like, I can't.
Dude, I remember I think it was like Sony or someone had like the AK. They had like an AK skin.
Yeah.
And like he was really sick
Yeah.
when he had the drops for it.
Yeah.
And was like sleeping in the background of his stream with nearly 50,000 viewers.
Yep.
Just because people were like, you need to be live.
Yeah.
And he had like
Same with
was
Lily
like
Pichu, man. People were in
so
Lily's
sick.
mentions, like, get on. And she was like, all right. Like,
Yeah.
fuck
Greek
off.
Greek God X had like he had the bow and arrow one,
Yeah.
and he had like 100,000 plus viewers.
Yep.
I was like, holy.
drops, man. Hey, I
mean-
YouTube drops. Let's get them. Man, imagine a game that blew up and I got drops on YouTube
Bro, I'm
and all
not-
you Twitch motherfuckers.
I'm
had
not
a
gonna
fun.
lie. I think Super Auto Pets might not blow up like that, but Super Auto Pets is fucking
I haven't
blowing
seen any
the
of it.
fuck up, dude.
Super Auto Pets?
It's
I've
like
never
an
heard of it.
auto battler. I just played in a tournament yesterday with Ray and Lud and Saikuno and blah 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 blah.
I'm a boomer now. Well, I'm playing Halo Infinite.
It's a free to play. All the art is based on phone emojis. It's got everything it needs. It's really fun. It's super competitive.
Hashtag ad.
It's gonna. No, I'm just saying.
Imagine.
It's gonna go.
Hashtag, Will's just like, he's the owner of the business.
You asked me.
I found this website.
I'm done. Listen, I mortgaged my house to pay for this game.
This fucking emojis cost a lot.
No, I'm telling you, I think it's a game that like you asked what game I think will blow up next or like will have that kind of energy. I think Super Auto Pets is kind of there, but like I keep waiting for the next game
Well,
that's
that's-
gonna have that kind of energy.
That's what I was gonna ask. My next question. I don't know how much time we have, but
Yeah, no, go for it.
what is like the next game?
Bro,
Because, like-
I just saw something yesterday. Was it Tailwind or something? It's the guys who made Minecraft. What's their next game? Someone help me.
I have no
Riot
idea.
bought them. Look it up.
All I know is that
Mr. Wax, can you please help me?
since COVID, I feel like gaming is just so everyone was indoors for 10 months straight.
Oh, yeah, no, it hit a huge spike. The industry skyrocketed.
Oh my god.
And we were just talking before this, like, Twitch numbers haven't been that impressive.
it was
Gaming
it
as
was,
a whole on
it was
YouTube has
unrealistic.
been down a bit, like videos and stuff like that. You know, now it's a lot of people just figuring out what they want to
Bro,
do.
a lot of people don't enjoy games. It's like the new
So-
Call of Duty comes out, they're already bored of it 2 days later because their brain is like
Yeah.
wired to be done already.
Yeah.
Dude, there is something to be said about like we were all in the foxhole during COVID, right? Like, and that was part of the magic of Rust is like we were all so burnt. We had no communication with anybody, and
Yeah.
for the first time, it's like I get to hang out with people.
It's like
this-
TwitchCon in a game.
Well, that's why I feel like a lot of streamers like not quit but took a lot more breaks.
Yep.
They don't know what to stream.
Oh, I just played New World for a month, not caring what my viewership was, and just fucking grinded a
That's
game I
something
wanted
to do,
to.
though. I mean,
And then now, you know, the second that we leave here, I'm going home to play Halo Infinite until my eyes bleed.
Yeah. I'm gonna
No,
get some of
I'm
that
actually
in, too.
filming a video tonight where I try the highest rated and lowest rated restaurant in Los Angeles. for a YouTube video.
Wow. What's the highest rated?
I don't know.
Bestia?
My producer's figuring it out.
Have you tried Bestia?
Have I tried Bestia? Give me their goddamn bone marrow gnocchi right now. It's the best thing ever.
So good. Have you ever ordered the bone marrow and then drank sherry through the bone? It's called the bone
Some
luge.
rich people talking.
No.
Boy, you got more diamonds on your wrist than I've ever seen in my life. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, don't worry. He didn't buy it. He didn't buy it.
Those rich people talk. I made 100K at 16.
Yeah.
No, I was doing it at 16. I was collecting cans.
I was
for
selling
the 10-cent
shoes.
deposit, bro.
That was my first job. I was selling shoes. I used
Really?
to buy shoes and then I used
That
to
is some
sell them.
Jersey shit. As two guys from Jersey,
I used to
dude
flip
sell it-
Supreme.
Yeah, dude, that's.
I used to flip Supreme. That's fucking awesome. All right, Ronaldo, as we wind down the podcast here,
Wait, do you have the name of that game quickly? Am I?
I only see the wilds.
Nah, Riot bought the guys that were in Minecraft first.
Riot?
Riot bought the guys, some of the guys that made Minecraft, or like their next project or whatever, and they're making a spiritual successor to Minecraft.
You might have just made this up. Yeah.
I swear to you, I saw the art for it yesterday, and that shit's gonna go crazy.
They should try playing Minecraft. It's a
I
good
saw
game.
tigers with Minecraft art, and I was like,
I'm sold. Ronaldo, what are you excited about? What's coming up? What's next for you? What's your plan here?
Dude, the future is bright. You know, it's just the beginning. I'm 18. I
go.
haven't even started my career, I don't think. I really don't think so. I really want to do a lot of what Miskiff does. You know, host a lot of shows.
cringe.
Do a
You
lot
wanna
of
do a lot of cringe stuff.
yeah, a lot of omega lols and all that.
There you go. I like that. Hell
No,
yeah.
but I'm really excited for the future. I really want to get into acting. I have a couple acting things coming up.
So I asked this question of everybody. This is gonna feed into this. I always ask, perfect project, pure project, unlimited resources. You get to start tomorrow. What are you making?
You know what I always wanted to do? I've talked to Twitch about this, like for Twitch Rivals. I always wanted to do a charity event where we race cars around the world.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Like bubblegum relay round the world edition for charity.
It's not like a race, obviously, because you know you got to do laws. But take sports cars or whatever, like you know, like Lamborghinis, Rolls Royce, whatever, you know, McLarens. And I want to do it for charity, and I think it would be such a cool event. It would bring a lot of people, like new people. Like, you know, you take someone stupid like XQC who can't drive, and you put them in a Lamborghini, and you tell them to go race or whatever, and then you know you put some fun people. I think it's a
Twitch,
cool
are
idea.
you listening? Twitch.
I can't be on it, but sounds good.
You know that new sound you've been looking for? Well, listen to this.
No, but I think the future is there's always gonna be something coming up. You know, that's what a lot of, I think, to end it off on, is a lot of streamers don't really look on the future. They look at the current. If they see their viewers go down, they go down with it. You know.
Yeah.
When I actually watched this podcast, I watched it a couple days ago on my stream. The whole thing, what XQC said, where he turned off his analytics. I think it's brilliant. You know, a lot of people need to do that. I think once they see their number go down, their mental goes down. They see a statistics. You know, they're not making however much money this month. They're like, you know, what the fuck? People don't like watching me. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm always in my head. I'm always going up recently. You know, I'm always excited. I'm ready.
Well, good, man. I think you've done a lot of awesome stuff in the short time that you've been doing this, and
I did it for a year and a
I am
half.
very impressed by you, man. If you had told me at the beginning of the interview that you were 18, I would have shit myself. You come off as a much more worldly
I
person than
appreciate
the
that.
18-year-olds I know.
Yeah, so you're doing a lot of growing. It's awesome, and I look forward to seeing your shows that you want to do, because I think that's a great thing to do. I think you'd be a great host for it, and
You'll be commentating.
sheesh, come on, get into it now. You'd have to probably tune down the.
You got a high pay though.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
Bam!
You said that.
Hightail.
Hightail.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
I said high wind.
Ooh.
I was
Ooh,
off.
no.
Hightail. That's my prediction. That game's going to go insane.
All right.
Listen, from the New
Flippin'
Jersey
shipping.
trio, this has been the CouRage and Nadeshot podcast.
Oh, we'll soon the outro.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you engage. If you like what you see, go and hit those buttons. You know what the hell they are. And until next time, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Peace.